Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. How cool is that? Day 2045 on the road. And we're in Dillon Beach, California. Jim wanted balloons. As if anything can embellish an idyllic New Mexico sky, every year on Jim's birthday week, hundreds of hot air balloons punctuate the stunning Albuquerque landscape. In 2020, we had loose plans to attend the Albuquerque International Balloon Festival, but the pandemic grounded the event for the first time since it began in 1972, Jim's high school graduation year. Time flies. The official theme for 2021 piqued Jim's enthusiasm. He would celebrate his 67th birthday at Fiesta, regardless of travel hurdles and reservation complications, and the risk of infection as the new variant released its latest offspring into the population. But the major hurdle was me. It's unusual for Jim to latch onto something that he knows I won't attend. I don't do big events. It has nothing to do with COVID. Ever since Mary Decker fell in the 1984 Los Angeles Summer Olympics right in front of us, and the crowd erupted into a frenzied mob, I haven't been able to shake the fear of being trampled. But if my man wants balloons, balloons he will have. He was overdue for a break from my hang-up. And this last year took a heavy emotional toll with the loss of his dear sister Patty and his wonderful brother-in-law Richard, as well as many old friends. He needed this. Unfortunately, he didn't win the lottery. The lottery for Fiesta 2021 begins by applying in January. If you want to park your Airstream on the lot between the field where they launch the balloons and the museum, these are the best seats in the house, you must be a part of the Balloon Fiesta National Airstream Rally. The lottery is designed to fairly manage the high number of applicants for a few available spaces. Getting into the Winners Club on your first try is like winning the lottery or being struck by lightning. But this was Jim's year. Undeterred by pie-in-the-sky chances, he submitted the application and immediately began working on Plan 2. Every day, he shook the internet trees for tips about available spaces. Months went by with no leads. Then, one day, a miraculous wind stirred the branches of Facebook, and a glimmer of hope landed in Jim's message box. Nan Leverett from Airstream Addicts forwarded a post from Albuquerque residents Marcia and Jim. The couple were offering someone in the community a free space on their property near the Fiesta. They had room for one Airstream, and they had hookups. Wow, the firsts were adding up. First Fiesta, first time in Albuquerque, first big crowd event, first time yard surfing in a complete stranger's yard. Jim reached out. These were nice people. Did they mind a feral chihuahua and a woman with a crowd thingy hanging out in their yard for 5 days while Jim attended Fiesta? And here's the spoiler. The story ends well. We made wonderful new Airstream friends, and we hung out with fabulous old Airstream friends. And Pico didn't bite any of our friends. Another first. We fell for Albuquerque. Jim got his balloons, and so did I. Early one morning in Marcia and Jim's backyard, I was dreaming of fire-spewing dragons and woke wide-eyed. Through my skylight, I could see a Fiesta flyby. It was a balloon blessing. Some things are just meant to be. A single balloon is a statement, but a flotilla of balloons is a universal message. The world's most powerful language is composed of nothing but zeros and ones. Similarly, hot air balloons look like a period or an exclamation mark, depending on your perspective. This sky language, when expressed in multitudes, is especially moving, a declaration of sorts. The secret of everything suspended in time and space under the New Mexico sun. Soaring baskets filled with unhelmeted souls pilot across the heavens, looking down and bearing witness to the utter insignificance of our earthly toils, homes, roads, and possessions. At Fiesta, primeval tech eclipses the spectacle of rocket launches. Subverting science, politics, and religion, hot air balloons go their whimsical and jolly way, scooping up armloads of believers. They elegantly skirt the evanescent boundaries between heaven and earth, inoculating us from the plagues of negativity, sadness, cynicism. Without sermonizing or taking sides, hot air balloons address the question, what is important right now? And what is mere distraction? And the answers seem to flow into your heart out of the silence. Atmosphere is important. As I grieve loved ones who have transitioned, I often look to the clouds for something. Connection, comfort, distraction, memories, answers, and all of the above. Even my heart presses gently against my chest, willing itself to go aloft. Heaven knows, Mama said when I asked too many questions about death and the afterlife. My heart seems to know that's not just something people say. Fiesta was a healing time. Every day, Jim came home with more inspiring photos. As we journey wholeheartedly into old age, our elevated years bring the horizon into clearer focus. As youths, we longed for all the wonderful things both within and beyond our grasp, exposing us to anxiety, cynicism, chaos. It wasn't all bad. Some things you take on bring you down to earth in a good way. Other things just weigh you down. Everything has strings attached, and the biggest stuff demands chains. One day, we realized our acquisitions were a burden on our time and long-term travel plans, so we began to lighten up. That felt good. Real good. So good, we kept tossing ballast until we felt as light as goose down. At first, it was wobbly and a bit scary. 6 years later, it's still wobbly and a bit scary, but not as horrifying as never achieving lift. The flotilla of gorgeous, voluminous, and sumptuous contraptions parading overhead inspired us to renew our vows to continue this simple life of living in beauty. Thank you for joining us at Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. For more info, check out our travel maps and facts. Okay, that's it for now. Safe and happy travels. Until next time.